Hi there. Okay, so Ross from Energize for Life here. Welcome to my latest Alkaline Diet resource. I decided to shoot a short video on this because I've actually spoken a lot about this topic over the last probably 5 or 6 weeks. So I thought it might be useful for me to shoot a quick video to go along with the written guide that's on this page. And you're in my very informal setting here while I'm actually having my office rebuilt downstairs. So lots of books and lots of notice boards and stuff scattered behind me here, but I'm sure you won't mind. So anyway, in this video, we're going to be talking about the 5 simple steps that you can implement today that's going to make the alkaline diet so much easier for you to stick to and enjoy. Now, if you've watched any of my videos or read any of my guides or listened to any of my materials, you'll know my 3 keywords when it comes to the alkaline diet are making it easy, making it enjoyable, and making it sustainable. I think when you do all of those 3 things, you're gonna get to your health goal. Absolutely guaranteed. It's going to make it so much easier for you to stick to the alkaline diet and integrate it into your lifestyle rather than seeing it as this thing that's kind of conflicting with your lifestyle. It makes it possible to integrate it into your lifestyle, to become a part of how you live your life rather than feeling like, you know, you've got this life that you lead and then you've got this kind of healthy goal that's sort of in conflict all the time. This makes it all harmonized. Now, everything that I teach is always focused around making things easy, enjoyable and sustainable, and this guide is no different. Now, I know that a lot of people go into the alkaline diet with huge goals, really, you know, things like candida, IBS, better skin, more energy, weight loss, gaining muscle, getting more mental clarity, having better sleep, overcoming kind of niggling conditions and stuff, reflux as well. And that's the beauty of the alkaline diet, is that it addresses all of these symptoms. No matter what your health goal is, the alkaline diet will get to the core of it and it will address it. You know, it's not just a diet for weight loss. It's not just a diet for candida. It's not just a diet to cleanse your liver or your kidneys or any other part of your body. It's holistic. If you get your body alkaline, you get yourself in that balance, you will reach your health goals, you will reach your ideal weight, you will put on muscle weight, you will get more energy, you will get amazing skin, you know, all of these things. So oftentimes when you first start on the alkaline diet, motivation isn't that hard to come by. However, then when it comes to practically implementing the diet, a lot of people come up with challenges early on because, you know, you just throw yourself into these things and you know, life gets in the way. You know, you want to make juice every day, but then, you know, you've got to get up and get the kids ready for school and get yourself off to work, or, you know, you want to take a salad to work with you every day, but, you know, you're too busy in the morning, or there's temptation, or there's a team lunch or something like that, or you want to cook yourself a nice alkaline dinner when you get home, but you're so tired after work, you haven't been shopping yet, the cupboards are empty, the fridge is empty, and all those types of things. And, you know, it's the whole implementation into your lifestyle is really where my strengths lie in, and this video guide is absolutely no different. So let's get into it now. These are the 5 steps to make the alkaline diet so much more easy to stick to. I hope you're really going to love it. And of course, as ever, if you've got any questions that come up while you're watching this video, just make a note of them when the video is finished, or you can pause the video. You can scroll down to the bottom of this page now, right below this video and below the written materials, and you can ask me a question. There's a comment box below all of my videos. If you're watching this on Vimeo or YouTube or anything else, there's comments on there too. And I will be answering every single question I am asked. I get around to all of them in the end. I try and answer every question within 24 hours, but it always just depends on how many questions I've been asked. There's only so many hours in the day, but I will get to your question in the end, and it will be an answer from me personally. So let's get into the top 5 things that you can do right now to make the alkaline diet so much more easy to stick to. And tip number 1 is to make dressings and sauces. Now, when I'm talking about dressings and sauces, I'm talking about making your salads so much more exciting. Now, one of the tips that I share in a lot of my videos and a lot of my training is to help you get more green foods into your diet. You know, I think most people, when they, you know, even when they're trying to live healthy, but let alone when they're not trying to, well, not actively trying to live healthy, when they're living like a, you know, a normal kind of mainstream diet, are probably getting, you know, maybe 1 or 2 serves of green foods each day. And I'm not just talking, you know, 5 a day of fruits and vegetables. I'm talking about green foods like, you know, leafy greens or broccoli, cruciferous kind of greens. And most people are getting like 1 or 2, some not even getting any. Maybe they're getting 1 serve every other day, you know. So one of the biggest things I think you can do that will have a huge impact on your health and on your energy and on your skin and on all of these other things, the stuff we've already listed out, is to get more green foods into your diet. And one of the tips that I give people in order to help them get more green foods in their diet is really simple. It's just to have a side salad with every lunch and dinner that you have. Make a side salad with it, you know. It's as simple as just a handful of spinach or rocket or any other leafy green that you like. Now the trick to making side salads, and in fact salads as a main meal, much more appealing, is to make yourself up a batch of awesome dressings. Now, to me, the trick with sneaking loads of healthy food into your diet on a daily basis is speed implementation. This is something that I learned from Tim Ferriss. He is the master of implementation. And speed implementation I've fallen in love with as a concept in all walks of life, in my health, in my business, in my finances, all sorts of different things. And when it comes to getting health, and it's all about that. So even if you've just got like an airtight container in your fridge with loads of washed salad leaves ready to roll, that's my first suggestion. If you're going to implement this, is to have when you get back from the grocery store with your greens and everything else, wash your salad leaves as a big batch and put them in the fridge so they're ready to go. So when it comes to making that salad, you just grab a handful in the bowl, you've got your greens in there. Now, obviously that's just a bowl full of greens. So the main tip here, and my second kind of tip as part of this process, is to have some pre-made salad dressings that are ready to roll, so you can literally just grab, pour and go. And that, you know, that works for all sorts of meals as well. You know, it can work on brown rice dishes or quinoa dishes or vegetables or any of those types of things. The types of dressings that I'd be talking about would be simply to blend up some, for instance, you know, get some garlic, good quality olive oil, some lemon, maybe some thyme, blend that up in a blender, or even like a mustard based, you know, an olive oil and mustard based dressing, or something like even just like a red capsicum, some tomato, again with some olive oil or some lemon juice and some coriander or something, you know. That would be an amazing salad dressing, you know, on top of just awesome fresh leaves. That would be amazing. Or even, you know, and I always say not to have too much fruit, particularly fruit juices, because the sugar content is not alkalizing whatsoever. But if you did want to include some fruits like some orange juice in your salad dressings as well, again, you know, it's all about pre-preparation. Success with any healthy lifestyle, or success with, you know, beyond health, success with implementing any new habit or part of your lifestyle, implementing that in is all about being conscious of what you want to do, and then being prepared and pre-planning. And then having these salad dressings available is just going to make so many meals that you would have necessarily, you know, you sort of know that you should be having them, but you kind of convince yourself not to have them because there's something more exciting to eat. It makes these healthier options much more exciting. Even if it's just a case of, and this is something that I love and that I've been doing for a while, and this is one that I probably learned from watching a Jamie Oliver show years ago, probably even before I got into all of this stuff, is just to have 3 or 4 dark amber bottles. If you can get dark glass is better. Just 3 or 4 bottles of infused olive oil. You know, you can infuse with chili, with garlic, with basil, with thyme, with rosemary, anything really, or combinations, you know, like garlic and thyme goes really well. Any manner of spices, herbs, and all sorts of stuff you can get into them, you know, even if it's like kefir lime leaves, for instance, can work really well. And just have those made up, ready to roll, you know, 3 always on the go. That means you're always ready to rock and roll, and even to dress your to dress your veggies with after you finish cooking. It's a great way to get omega oils in. You know, I often will have one bottle that's particularly flax, or a flax and olive oil blend. I love to get more flax into my diet because it's an amazing source of omega-3, and most people are really deficient in omega-3, and it's just so critically important that we get enough omega-3. It's a whole video in itself. If you're watching this video as a part of it being linked to because of our weekly newsletter this week, you will see that there is an article about omega oils in there. But if not, you can just use the search box on this blog right now, Just type omega-3 and you'll see loads of great articles about that. Yeah, so having flax or hemp as one of the oils is always fantastic as well. You know, if you're wanting to be aiming to get 3 tablespoons of omega-3 in each day, if you're having like 2 side salads a day or 1 big salad a day and a side salad a day, just having your dressing comprised of flax oil plus, you know, olive oil, lemon, garlic, you know, all those other things. If you have that on each salad, that's pretty much 2 of your 3 spoons of omega-3 each day. So that's just a really fantastic way to do it. Now, the second tip that I want to move on to now is very related to this, and it's actually sauces. This, again, is all about the pre-preparation. It's all about getting a little bit creative, and it's all about sneaking extra alkalinity in. It's one of the things I love to do in my training, is not only increase your enjoyment, but also to sneak a bit of extra raw alkaline goodness in. And there's just no limit to the amount of raw alkalizing sauces that you can make that are just fantastic to put on top of any vegetables or any meal, really. Like, you know, steamed or grilled veggies, just as simple as that. Serve with some quinoa or some couscous or some brown rice or something, and then just like with a beautiful raw alkaline sauce on top. You know, a really simple sauce that I'd make would be, you know, tomatoes, capsicum, garlic, basil, or coriander, or both. And I guess I should give. I think I'm swapping between American and UK terms for things, but coriander is what is it? Cilantro. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. You know, you could get some rocket, which would be arugula, I think in American. In there as well, which is, you know, gives it a bit of peppery kind of zesty kind of go. You can get, there's just no limit to the amount of different combinations and different things you can try to get things there. A bit of red onion or something, or you can do like a kind of Mexican kind of style, you know, just getting some tomato, red onion, some coriander, some jalapeno in there, some olive oil, some Himalayan salt as well. Gives you kind of a Mexican style sauce with, you know, a great bit of kick in there. You can make a kind of more creamy sauce by putting some avocado in, or more of a kind of a white sort of blanco sauce if you just use like loads of garlic and loads of olive oil. You know, there's a million different ways you can combine stuff, and it's great to get creative. And I will actually put a few different recipes below this video for you to try. But this is just a way that, again, when you're in the situation that most people are in at one time or another, in fact, in probably my almost 9 years of coaching the Alkaline Diet, when people come to me and say, oh my God, I've given up, I feel really terrible and I wish I hadn't, the main reason why, the catalyst for why they sort of gave up and crashed with it, was that they were busy, tired, no time, kids needing their dinner or needing to get out the door, none of the right foods in the cupboard, and haven't been to the grocery store yet, and all those types of, it's kind of that scarcity of resources, I guess is how you'd summarize it. So these are ways, using these dressings and sauces are just 2 really good ways that you can kind of take a really just almost empty, simple fridge and turn it into an awesome alkaline meal. And remember, all of these sauces, coming back to my first point that I was kind of high-fiving for, is that all these sauces are alkaline and they're raw. So, you know, if you're serving like some steamed or some grilled veggies on a bed of quinoa, you've got loads of alkalinity from the veggies, you've got loads of protein and fiber and everything else, all the goodness from the quinoa, which isn't a grain, it's actually a grass, so that's fantastic. You could also just cook some buckwheat as well. Brown rice isn't the end of the world, a bit of couscous isn't the end of the world either. So just some of that, some veggies on top, you're already onto a winner. Now if you give yourself a serve of this alkaline raw sauce on top, you're probably getting yourself another at least serve to 2 serves of delicious veggies in there as well, whilst making it taste even better. So that's tip number 2 to help make it easy to stick to. Tip number 1 was the dressings for your salad. Tip number 2 is your dressings and your sauces for your veggies and your dinners. Tip number 3 is all about hydration, because, you know, we all know, if you've watched any of my stuff, I just can't stop banging on about hydration. It's just so important. So many people are chronically dehydrated, and it's seriously, if you have got a health goal at the moment and you're not as close to it as you want to be, whether that's, you know, like a skin condition or a digestive issue or reflux or weight loss or something like that, and you're not properly hydrating at the moment, you should be getting very, very excited right now, because it's super easy to get super hydrated, and really it's gonna be tripling your efforts if you're working hard on your diet and being healthy, and not hydrating properly. Then all the hard work you're putting in at the moment is like giving you like 30% of your potential. If you just start hydrating, it's going to triple your efforts. So get excited. Really, realistically, you want to be aiming for at least 3 to 4 litres of good quality, filtered at least, preferably alkaline, preferably ionized water each day. But let's just stick with the quantity for the moment. I'll put a link below this video for how you can download my definitive guide to alkaline water, which teaches you, it goes through all the pros and cons of all the different ways to make alkaline water, from stuff that's practically free to stuff that's more of an investment, but that's too much information for this video, which is already probably a lot more depth than I thought it would be when I first started talking, but you know, that's for your benefit, so never mind. For me, it's just you know, making me talk and work a little bit later today, but that's no problem. So really, the problem that most people have with hydration is simply remembering to drink enough water. You know, they sort of start the day with the best intentions. You know, I'm going to get really super hydrated today. I'm going to drink heaps of water. You know, I'm going to have my 4 litres of good quality water today, and then, you know, before they know it, it's 9 o'clock at night, and it's just like, I've just forgotten. And I've been there myself heaps of times, like more times than I'd be able to count. You know, just the day gets in the way. Maybe, you know, if you're not at home, if you're out of home, if you're on the road, if you're traveling, it can easily get to late at night and you've just not really remembered to have enough water. And you can't then drink 3 litres of water between 9 and 10 and then go to bed. It just doesn't work like that. So really, one of the things that I teach a lot of, and I taught this a lot in my weight loss course, I've taught this a lot in a lot of my training courses and stuff, is to build habits, to integrate, to weave hydration into your daily life, to build, you know, just simple things that you can do each day. Now, I'm going to talk about a few now. More, I'm actually going to talk about a couple that's not actually, I'm probably, I think what I'm trying to say is I'm going to deliver more than I intended to again in this video, but I just can't help myself. So a couple of things that I'd recommend. The tip that's supposed to be in this video, that you'll see below this video in the written material, is to basically get hooked on alkaline herbal teas. Most herbal teas are alkaline. Green tea isn't alkaline simply because of the caffeine. Really sorry about that. I wish I could change nature and change that, because I love green tea, but it isn't. It's got caffeine in it, so it is acid forming. But all other herbal teas like peppermint, rosemary, red bush or rooibos, however you want to pronounce it, lemon and ginger, you know, all the usual suspects are all deliciously hydrating and deliciously alkaline. So if you can get into the habit of swapping your tea or coffee intake for alkaline teas, herbal teas, or if you've already cut out tea and coffee, bring back tea but make it herbal tea. If you're having 3 or 4 or 5 or even 6 cups of this each day, which a lot of people do, I know there's a lot of people in the tea habit, I mean, I probably have 3, but if you're having 5 a day, for instance, that's like over 1.5 litres of your water consumption on a daily basis. You're pretty much halfway there. Some other simple tips that I recommend, if you download the water guide that I linked to below this video, I run through a heap of ways to get hydrated in that. But some other quick simple ones is basically you want to be linking your hydration to already existing habits, and that's a general rule. If you want to form new habits, the easiest way to do it is to link them to existing habits. So for me, as soon as I wake up, I go to the kitchen and I have a pint of 500 mils of alkaline water straight from my ionizer, straight from my Chanson. Brilliant, 500 done. I've got a glass in my bathroom. Every time I clean my teeth, I have another glass. So twice a day I'm having another 300, 400 mils. So that's, you know, add that to the 500 mils before, you know, when I've just got up, that's over 1 litre. That's like 1.1, 1.2 litres. Add that to, say, 4 or 5 cups of herbal tea. That's another litre, 1.5 litres. I'm already 2/3 of the way there. You know, the first thing I do when I sit down at my computer, before I answer a single email, make this rule, before you answer a single email, you have to have 500 mils of water. When you get back from lunch, before you answer a single email, make sure you have 500 mils of water. Another one could be when you prepare your dinner, before you chop a single vegetable, you have to have a glass of water. And it's just simple that way. You're not relying on just like, oh, I better have a glass of water. Just a simple memory. You're actually going, bang, when this happens, and that's the way you'll form a habit. So really the big picture there is to form the habits. The more micro tip that's in this video was the herbal tea one. Get back in herbal teas because they're just going to make a big difference. The fourth tip, and this is really not a groundbreaking revolutionary thing, but it's something that nobody does. Everyone knows it, but nobody does it. And that's basically to just make extra food. Every dinner time, especially if you're making things that are kind of like a sauce-based kind of dish, like a sauce for a pasta or a curry, or Indian or Thai or Mexican or any of those types of meals. If you're making like a meal that isn't just like some, you know, steamed vegetables, that sort of thing, is to just make twice as much and freeze it up or put it in the fridge ready for the next day. It's so easy to do. You know, it's one of those things when you're cooking, it's all about economies of scale. You know, if you're already cooking, it's a lot less effort to just chop an extra tomato, an extra capsicum, some extra zucchini, some, you know, prepare just that extra bit than it is to the next day cook it all from scratch and start again. But this is something that nobody does. I talk to people that are doing this approach to health all the time. I survey all the time, and this is the one thing that shocks me that people aren't doing more than any other, because it's so simple and it makes your life so much easier. You know, if you're struggling at the moment because where you work has only really got unhealthy food choices, or you just simply never have the time to take stuff into work the next day, this is your solution. This is your answer. There's a few meals linked below this video that is great for doing that with, but it's just a simple habit to get into. Just get into that habit. Even if it's just each night you make a little bit more that you then pot up, put in the fridge and take to work the next day. Like, there's loads of Mexican meals, there's loads of meals on this blog that you could simply fold up in a wrap with some spinach the next day, and that's your lunch, and it's alkaline, it's delicious, and it's taken you like 3 minutes to prepare it. Not a hard one. Really recommend you do it. Start with the meals that are linked below this video. Like I say again, not groundbreaking, but if you're not doing it, someone needs to tell you to do it, and that responsibility is sadly falling with me. So tough, start doing it. And the last tip number 5, is also super simple, but this is something, again, especially I've found this with coaching the weight loss course, has been so many people are just going hungry. The reason they give up on the alkaline diet is because they're finding that in the afternoon they're getting tired, or they just feel like they're not eating enough of a certain nutrient, or they're just simply going hungry and they're finding that they're getting fed up with it. This is nuts. This is absolutely madness. This is ludicrous. This is crazy. And dag nabbit, I'm going to tell you why. Basically, you're never meant to be going hungry, even if you want to lose weight. If you're going alkaline and you're wanting to lose weight, going hungry is the worst thing you can do. Going hungry will immediately make your body slip into an acidic state, into a state of like the starvation mode, into the deprivation state, I called it. If you saw any of my weight loss training series I did back in late September, I was talking about this deprivation state all the time, when your body will hang on to fat because firstly it's in starvation mode, and secondly because if you're consuming too many acids, that the more acids in the body can get rid of and handle, your body will bind up the acids that it can't handle in fat and hold them on your body. It's the deprivation state, and going hungry contributes to this hugely. Outside of weight loss, if you want to get alkaline, still going hungry is the worst thing you could do. You should never be going hungry on the alkaline diet. The beauty of the alkaline diet is that you get to eat an abundance of delicious, fresh, blooming, marvellous alkaline foods all the blooming time. If you're finding yourself getting fatigued in the afternoon, if you find yourself going hungry, you should simply eat. Snacks are your friend here. Now, I'm going to do a video and a blog post probably next week. Yes, probably next week. All about snacks and making snacks easy and making snacks delicious, and opening your eyes to the snacks that are available to you if you want to live alkaline. But as simple as just making a salad wrap, you know, just get some... I always talk about this concept of healthy breads and healthy wraps. What I mean by that is basically sprouted is the best. Sprouted breads or sprouted wraps. Now, sprouted breads you can get pretty much everywhere. Sprouted wraps are a little bit harder to come by. If you're in the USA, Google Alvarado Street Bakery, ALVARADO Street Bakery. They ship all over America and they sell sprouted wraps. They're amazing. They just sadly don't ship outside of America. I've been hassling them for 9 years to see if they can do it, and they still haven't given in to me. But I'm gonna keep trying. But basically, if you can't get the sprouted wraps, get like just yeast-free or gluten-free or rye even, or spelt or something like that. Anything other than just white kind of wheat wraps. And it's simply just chuck in some salad stuff, some cucumber, tomatoes, avocado, some spinach or lettuce or rocket, bit of hummus, wrap it up. That is 85% awesome alkalineness. It's probably 3 serves of veggies, and it's gonna fill you up until your next meal, absolutely guaranteed. And the best part is it's taking you less than 5 minutes to make it. That's really as simple as it can get. Things like, you know, don't be fooled into thinking that nuts and seeds can't fill you up. Nuts and seeds, just I did a video on nuts and seeds. Well, it wasn't just on nuts and seeds, but including nuts and seeds in the weight loss course, and it just reminded me when I was researching it how bloody awesomely healthy nuts and seeds are. They're such a great source of omega oils. They're such a great source of antioxidants. The vitamin B family is just crazy in there. Alkaline minerals is crazy in there. And if you have a good handful, like a good handful, it will keep you going to your next meal. Like, just, I think you know, I don't want to get into too many snack options right now because I do want to focus on that properly in its own video. But the premise here is, don't go hungry, don't be fatigued, don't get low energy. These are all things that are going to make the alkaline diet hard. This video is teaching you how to make the alkaline diet easy, and the most simple thing I can tell you to avoid that is to just eat more. It's as simple as that. If you are finding that you're getting a little bit kind of, you know, tired in your mind, like losing mental clarity, feeling a bit fatigued, having some energy dips, make sure you're getting enough omega oils. You really should be aiming for 3 tablespoons of omega-3 each day, and whether you get that from an omega oil blend like Udo's or Dr. Young's oils, or whether you just take a flax oil supplement, or whether you're taking capsules, or whether you're using the oils as salad dressings or in your meals and stuff, don't care how you get it, just up your level of omega-3. Omega-6 and omega-9 are important as well, but it's just so much easier to get an abundance of those. And also it's really important that we have more omega-3 than 6 and 9. So that ratio is really important. So that's my little mini oil synopsis. And that's really the end of the video. They're my 5 tips. They're the things I want you to do to make the alkaline diet easy for yourself. I want you to start doing them right away, even if you only do 1 or 2 of them, and then add in another 1 or 2, and then add the rest in later. You know, don't feel like you've got to do it all at once. As always, my approach is all about making it as simple, easy, enjoyable, and sustainable as possible by making sure you don't try and be perfect from day one. If you try and be perfect, chances are you won't stick to it. I reckon probably of all the people that try and be perfect and be 100% alkaline, about 5% of those people stick with it. The best thing you can do, sorry, just knocked the camera there. The best thing you can do is take it step by step, day by day. Focus on getting the good stuff in before you start worrying about eliminating all the bad stuff. Like, that's a surefire way to really make your life very difficult. So just focus on getting the good stuff in. Focus on taking it step by step. If you have a bad day, don't worry about it. Don't beat yourself up. Just pick yourself up, dust yourself off, get back on it that same day. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't go, oh, I've had a bad morning, I'll put it off until tomorrow. I'll put it off till next Monday. Just carry on that same day how you intended to start the day. And just be easy on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Take it slow, take it easy, and keep it easy, enjoyable, sustainable. That's it. That's the end of my video. I'm going to wrap up now, and I'll see you on the next video, and I'll hopefully have that ready for you within the next 7 days. Always ask me a question. If you've got a question below this video, I will get back to you as soon as I can, and it will be me answering every single question personally. And until then, stay alkaline, stay healthy, and have a wonderful week.